Hello, and welcome to another episode of Artist Spotlight. I'm Vicki Landon, Administrator for Orange County's Office of Arts and Cultural Affairs, and I am here today with Christian Stanley of C. Stanley Designs. Welcome. Thank you for being here. You are the artist and the muralist behind this beautiful piece here at our new Mosquito Control Center. How was it like trying to do that project and get involved in?
It was a great project. It took kind of a long time to come into fruition. We were took a while to get it going, but once we were here, everything was great, working with the architect and the building construction company to install 3 different murals for this location, 2 inside in this lobby area and 1 on the outside, and it was just a great project to be involved with.
Awesome. So I want to go back to an old project of yours. You and your now wife, Jessica, worked together on an electrical box back in 2017. Tell me that story of how that project came to be.
Sure. Yeah, it's located over off of Alden Road, kind of off of I-4, and we worked with the City of Orlando to come up with this really cool electrical box design. I'd applied for public art stuff in the past and had always kind of been either rejected or just never really took off, but this one we were actually selected for, and that's because my wife helped me come up with a really fun concept. That area used to be where they would grow pineapples, and they also used to have a water park called Joyland on the lake there, and so we took those 2 concepts and combined them together and did these cartoon pineapples playing on this kind of wooden water park, and it was really fun to paint. It took me way too long. I was probably out there for a month and a half painting this little tiny electrical box, but that was kind of really the start, the genesis of what kind of grew into our company, C. Stanley Creative, where we've been painting murals all over the country.
Christian, so your degree is in graphic design, right? And so Did you go into that expecting to be a muralist as a career? Did you go into that expecting to do a different kind of graphic design? Like, tell me your career journey.
Sure, yeah. It would start with me always being interested in arts and illustration and stuff like that, but I felt like that was going to be a really difficult career move, and so I played it a little conservative and went with graphic design, and I think I learned a lot, and it all kind of worked out in the end because it really prepared me to combine what I loved and then gave me a practical knowledge of working with customers, working at large scale, getting stuff ready for production, different materials and stuff like that, and really kind of helped me kind of catapult my muralist career forward in a way that maybe I wouldn't have got if I focused more directly on just fine art, because depending on the scale of the mural projects, they're really a construction project and art combined together. So to have that practical knowledge was invaluable.
So yeah, talking about large scale, you've done like electrical boxes are one thing, but you've done large scale murals, like multi-story parking garages. So what is it about this sense of large scale that gets you so excited?
Yeah, I enjoy the challenge of it, of generating a concept and figuring out the way that we're going to go about achieving this project, and then making sure that all the logistics and stuff are in place, and then getting on site and transferring that thing to something that's absolutely larger than life. We focus on a lot of nature-based elements, and to bring stuff, I always say bring stuff kind of like out of the water, out of the forest, into kind of the streets, and make it larger than life, where people that might not have the opportunity to see those scenes and animals get to see them.
Well, so not all of your spaces are always flat. Like, I know you've also done some work on like a Go Pegasus bus. You've done like a 3D honeybee horse sculpture. So like what canvas was most challenging for you so far in your career?
I like the challenge of all the different ones. The honeybee sculpture stands out to me as being a little bit of a challenge. Just not only is it, I've worked on 3D spaces like the bus or water towers that are cylinders, but the different legs and the tails and the manes of the horse was always a challenge. But I like to approach our projects because every wall is different. They have different windows, pipes, stuff like that. There's definitely a way that I've found you can kind of take those challenges or things that look like they're difficult and turn them into a positive. For like example, on the horse, because it's focused on bees and honey, we use its mane and different elements of the horse and turn them into kind of like different drips and honeycombs and stuff like that, and figure out a way to incorporate those challenges into the mural, and it actually enhances the end result.
Yeah, just like rolling with it and letting it inform the process.
Yeah.
I love that. So I scrolled all the way back on your Instagram, and I think your very first post was an illustration called Mayan Deity, right? And that was a really sort of cartoon or illustrative style you had, and then a little bit later you moved into this sort of like botanical pen and ink space. And
Yes.
so how has your personal style evolved throughout the years in your career?
Yeah, my art's always evolving. I'm inspired by new things. I love the challenge of a new medium. I definitely have a love for pen and ink. I'd love to go back and visit that someday. It's definitely worked its way into some of the, I call it dash and dot impressionistic style that I work with. You can see them in the dragonflies here. Definitely some like ink influences there. It does make it a little bit challenging to draw. Use inks on a vertical surface. They just tend to run down the wall as opposed to a horizontal sheet of paper. But yeah, I've kind of let my art kind of lead me around a little bit and have explored different mediums. We work a lot with geometric vector-based artwork as well that you guys will see in some of my works. Yeah.
So when you think about your style, like for a lot of artists, they're creating their own art and their own style, or maybe when they have a commission, it's about marrying like their style with the subject matter the client wants. But
Yes.
you've got to integrate your style a lot of times with corporate brands. So
Yes.
what's your approach to that?
To listen more than I speak when dealing with or talking to a client, prospective client, figuring out what is their vision for the space, what is their vision for their company, and figuring out what kind of assets they bring to the table as far as if they have any sort of design language that they like to use, imagery, iconography, colors, stuff like that. So a very graphic design approach, and then from there we kind of break stuff out into different design options for them and figuring out what they like, but also kind of trying to give them stuff that maybe they didn't consider and really refine what we want to do, because we want the art to be impactful, and sometimes the client kind of will wrestle you a little bit. So there's definitely a little bit of management that takes place to try and get something that represents them well, but also we feel like will be strong in our portfolio, but also serve the community that it's going to be in as well.
Yeah, well, speaking about community, right? Like I know you've participated, you've had exhibits and projects all over. You've been involved in street art festivals like in the UK and in Romania. So why Orange County? Like why is Central Florida home?
Yeah, I moved here in 2008 to go to University of Central Florida, and I got my degree in graphic design, and it just kind of felt like home. My parents live an hour away, so it's not too far to go back home and visit family, and I really liked it here. I had a strong community of friends after I graduated college and found work here, and it was just a really easy place to get involved with, and there's lots going on here in Orange County.
Yeah, go Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like thinking about that, you've done a lot of corporate projects, but you've also done a lot of like real authentic local Central Florida places. I'm thinking about like East End Market and Vietnam's and Orlando City Soccer and like an Audubon Park Garden District. And so what does it feel like as an artist to have so much of your stamp all over the place in the community you're calling home?
Yeah, it's really rewarding to feel like I'm part of the community and be able to kind of showcase my talents and provide what I feel like is an enrichment to our community, like the arts and cultural stuff that happens here, and be able to kind of show what I can do to support the community. And before I was doing murals and stuff, I would visit those places and stuff, so it is very rewarding to see some of my art kind of grace the walls there, so it's very cool.
Okay, someone's watching this, somebody's driving past one of your murals, they love it, they want to get involved, they want to commission you or hire you for work. How do people find you? Where do we get you online?
Sure, the easiest way to see my artwork is on my Instagram. It's at cstanleycreative, but the best way to contact us would probably be through an inquiry form on our website that's at cstanleycreative.com.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
Christian, thank you so much for being here, for giving this art and giving us of your time and being a part of this project.
Sure, thanks for having me.
And thank you for joining us on this episode of Artist Spotlight. We'll catch you next time.